welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time watching, you are so welcome, and let's get straight into the video. So if you have not seen any videos of mine, pretty much I am launching a bracelet, a Faith Filled Bracelet brand in 15 days, but I talked about it in my last video, so I tweaked it a bit, and a friend of mine recommended that I use 15 working days. And so I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Just because some deadlines came up career-wise that I really did have to tend to. And I did not want to lose the momentum of the 15 days. So I felt like that was a good alternative. So every day I work on the business, I vlog and I post it. So that is what we're doing. So today is day 9. So I'm super excited, you guys. I'm not gonna lie, I had to get encouraged. I come from a background of being an entrepreneur, so I had already started a business and put my sweat and tears and sleepless nights, and I just felt like it should have launched off. I wish I was doing it, or I would say back then I really had, as far as like just feeling really down that it didn't work out, and reality hit that there has to be failures at first. It's only natural. It doesn't have to be. It's only natural to have failures, but I really did put a lot into it. So I was honestly very discouraged, and it took me a lot to get back into the entrepreneurial space. But when God gave me this conviction about this ministry in particular, Faith Filled Bracelets, I just knew I had to pursue it. Especially being a woman of faith, just knew that I had to go after and go in obedience with whatever God wanted me to do here. So that is why we are here today. I do want to give you guys a little bit of a brief on what Butter-Bracelets is. So it is a ministry that really came from the process of me evolving in God. So I had a season of transition where I was very in a state of desperation. So I was waiting on God to do everything. I was waiting on Him to open up certain doors. I was waiting on Him to, make this area of my life make more sense. And I really transitioned. Instead of feeling like life was passing me by, I was missing opportunities, I transitioned, and I would say I evolved just like a butterfly into waiting in Him, which is a personal relationship and partnering with God. So that looks more proactive, and it also comes from a place of healthy expectations and peace. So there was no more that like, oh, life is passing me by. It was more of just different actions of faith, right? Reading my word, standing firm in what I believe, knocking on doors, studying to show myself approved in whatever shape that takes, whether it's about, going back to school, whether it's about settling my mind on something I wanted to do and going for it and doing actions. So that's what I transitioned into. So it no more looked like, oh, I was waiting on God to do things. It was more I was in Him, and so things were moving, and I was seeing doors open seamlessly. And even if it didn't come when I wanted it to, I still stood on the fact that this is gonna happen. And so it just was a huge faith jump for me, and a huge transition mindset wise. And honestly, that's where it came from. And so these bracelets, the words on it are inspired from scriptures in the Bible. This righteous bracelet, which is my OG bracelet, comes from we are the righteousness of God through Christ. And that speaks to the identity of who I am in God, and the fact that it's nothing that I am doing, but it's the fact that that intimacy I have with Christ gives me a new identity and makes me different things, whether it's righteousness, whether it's His diadem, whether it's His you know, apple of his eye, so much scripture that reminds us and tells us who we are. So that is where the ministry comes from. So they are tied into scriptures that we live by as children of faith. So that's where Butter-Bracelets came from. And I just told God, I was like, okay, you know, every day when you wake up, you give him your yes, and that yes looks like obedience. So whatever he asks or laid in your heart to do, doing it with all of your heart and with all of your might. And so that is what I plan on doing. So that is the genesis of Butter-Bracelets. Let me quickly give you guys an update on everything I'm doing right now. If you have not watched video 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, go ahead and watch. Because instead of me explaining everything, it is really, really nice to see the progression, my thought process from starting the business as a DBA, my vendors, talking about like the groundwork of the business, what I already had, talking about as far as like the why, the what, different people who are in this space, in particular with alphabet beads. So, and I also talk about like packaging, talk about quality of the material, like what the bracelet, the style of it, what I'm going for, the vision behind it. So go ahead and check it out, catch up on that. It's definitely very exciting. I also have 2 unboxing videos as well, so make sure y'all check that out. So that is pretty much the update. I am going to do another unboxing today. I am waiting also on one more thing. So I have pretty much everything except for the main event. So funny story, I actually ordered them, but I ordered the wrong size. So I saw 7mm, and typically I write everything down. So I knew in my mind that these were 4mm beads. And so the vendor I bought it from before actually doesn't sell them anymore. So I was like, okay. So I went on Etsy, I found some beads. It did say 7mm, but the hole said 3mm. And so I was confused because there was like review photos as well. And so the review photos look like this size. So when I ordered it, it was not the size. So I had to return it back. And so then I had to order more. And then I also found out that it's not 4mm, it's 5mm. So yeah, that's the delay with that. But I'm super excited once it comes in. That's pretty much the last thing I have to do. I'm gonna unbox everything in just a second, show you guys the glass beads that I have and everything I ordered. Everything is literally complete except for the alphabets, like the actual letters. So I'm excited. Definitely I'm going to show you guys like every single thing I'm starting with, like, you know, from the design board to the beaded needles and everything. Definitely gonna lay it out and package wise too. I'm definitely gonna show you guys what that looks like. That would probably be when I start, or right before I start curating beads. I'll definitely show you guys everything I have. So yeah, that's about it.
Let's get into the unboxing.
All right, y'all. So this is actually one of my compartments that I store some of the beads I've bought before. This was a bracelet that I was working on. To be continued. So let's go ahead and unbox. I might just speed through some of it because some orders I just made multiple orders of the same thing. This is my, let me get the size right. I believe this is the 4mm square beads. As you can see, I have the circular as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put these in. It's a little dirty. So these are our square beads. Isn't that pretty? I like it. I like the size. So I think I got 4mm of this, and I also got 5. All right, y'all, so I'm done with my 4mm square. See how pretty they are. So this is all we have, and this is for our launch day. Beautiful. So we're gonna start with, or we're gonna continue with our rainbow beads. So I ordered 4mm of the circular. Honestly, I'm still playing around with whether I want to do circular or the square. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put everything out, and then we'll figure it out. Okay, so we're done with the colorful circles. That's what we have. I wasn't like 100% if I'm using these, but I am going to go ahead and make some bracelets and see how it looks. As you guys can see, I also have the 4mm in the bright red. So next we're gonna do our square beads red, and it is also the bright red. So you guys see, I really am trying to figure out whether I'm gonna do square or circle. I'm really going towards the square, but we'll see. Okay, so next we have the bigger rainbow square bead, and it's a different type of rainbow. I'm not so crazy about these ones, but we're still gonna put it out to kind of see how our bracelets look with this. I don't really like the color scheme, but we're gonna bring it out anyway, because that's part of what came. I have one more colorful beads, y'all, that came in. These actually came in with my last unboxing, but I do want to keep it together. So these are the square version. So I told y'all that I just said I'm still trying to figure out whether I want to do the circles or whether I want to do squares. I am leaning towards squares, so I did get circle and square with everything. So these are the rainbow version of the squares, and I'm just gonna place it in there. Let me see, I guess I can open it. I like their packaging though. These are pretty. Ooh. Let me see if I can focus. These are gorgeous. But I would say, my battery went dead, but I was saying out of all my colorful rainbow beads, I kind of like this one the most, but the square shape on this one is gorgeous. So before I make a decision, I'm definitely going to, you know, make bracelets out of all of them and see which one goes more with the vision. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. We have for those end pieces. Now we're gonna go ahead and look at our needles. I did buy a couple of needles just so that I figure out the best ones for me. The best ones for me to use. And if I read it correctly, yep, this is not the right one. So these are literal needles and not the beading needles. So the bead needles usually open. These ones literally have a hole at the top. So I'm so glad that I bought a couple of them, a couple of different ones. Yeah, obviously that can happen, but I'll show you guys the other needles that I bought. So these are a go. Because what we'll do, we'll put the string in here and start putting the beads like so. And so we could literally put a whole bracelet on here and the string will be here and it'll just go on top. So this looks promising. I have one more. Oh, I think it's the same thing. Yeah. So pretty much these are the same thing. So we have backup bead needles for sure. So this was another order. So I'm gonna put that to the side. Then we have our butterflies. So if you watched the other videos, you would see I ordered these for packaging. These are actually huge. But I ordered these for packaging. So we'll see if it's actually gonna go on like the outside packaging or if it's gonna go like on the actual package. These are pretty big, but I really do like the color, how vibrant it is, and it honestly was not that expensive. Definitely going to do like the math if it makes sense to, you know, buy this in bulk. But yeah, I like these a lot. Very colorful, pretty. So I ordered that. And then what else do we have? I think we have one more thing. So we ordered these clear bracelet holders. So I'm thinking in one of my videos when I'm talking about packaging, I talked about the fact that I want the bracelet to be upright when they're shipped out. And so I feel like this might be a solution for me. These were very inexpensive, excuse me. These were very inexpensive, so I'm trying to see if this is gonna go along with the packaging, because these are going in satin bags and then going in another envelope. So I do like this, so I did order a lot to kind of see how it's gonna go. So that's our bracelet holders. And so I said there's one more thing. Right here, we have another bracelet stand. So when this came in, it actually looks kind of bent. So let me see. It looks like it's not gonna stand. I haven't tried it yet. I just kind of been in and out. So this is what it looks like. It's standard. Yeah, it's totally totally crooked. I'm afraid to move it because it's been welded. If you guys see, like y'all can tell it's not straight. I don't feel like it's one of those things that you can like move. It's not. So I don't know. Oh my gosh, I have to move the camera to show y'all, like, or can y'all see it? It is so crooked. No, it's super off. Okay, y'all can kind of see here how it's slanting. It's literally supposed to be straight like this. So it looks so funny. I don't know, maybe I can get creative with it, but yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work unless like I tilt the camera a certain way. So we'll see. So that's what we have, you guys. So that is it for the unboxing. I'm super excited. The more things I get, the more excited I'm getting. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in day 10. Bye.